Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everyone. Let's all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra.
Shri
In this meditative state, we will now hear Shrimataji's speech.
We are service. Ultimately, what do you get? What you get may be money, might be you might get a good house, maybe all these things. But you don't get peace of heart. You don't get peace of mind. You don't get that joy which has no boundaries, which cannot be explained, which cannot be described. That boundless joy you don't have. And you don't get that eternal peace which can stop wars completely. It can abolish this cruel nature of human beings. That you don't get. But apart from that, you get the powers. You get the knowledge. Knowledge, the subtle knowledge about everyone. You know about everyone. Where are they missing the point? You know about yourself and about others. This knowledge you get not in the college or in the schools, but within yourself is the ocean of knowledge. And whichever way you want to see, whichever you want to achieve, is there present. That is what is the real knowledge, what we call, that you achieve through the Sukshma Jnana, means the subtle knowledge. Knowledge about chakras, knowledge about the universe, everything you can get out of this. But then you get more interested in giving knowledge to others. You don't want to know so many things then. What is the need to know about banking, say, about who is the richest man in the whole world? All these things you don't want to know. Your whole attitude changes, and what you get is nothing but a kind of a tranquil mind which knows everything that is to be known. That is what one has to achieve. Now, this country of yours, America, is very karma kandi. It goes on doing work. They are work alcoholics. They work so hard. And what do you get? You get children who are drug addicts. You get wives who are running here and there. You get broken families. And no peace. You support wars. Only thing is that so far this country is being protected in a way. But also you have destroyed so many aboriginals, so many fundamental things that you should have preserved. A day may come when they will realize that this is what they have been doing and this was very wrong. A day will come when we'll have so many realized souls in America. But just now as the situation is, the people are just gone mad with the idea of making money. And they discovered that now no more, finished. So now what to do? What to do? Come to Sahaja. Do Sahaja. Then you will get the treasures of your being, which are within you, which will give you all the comfort, all the joy, and all the supremacy that any amount of money, any amount of power can give. This is what we have to do, is to take to Sahaja Yoga and make others also Sahaja Yogis, so that they also get that peace, joy, and satisfaction. And this madness of running from one thing to another will be finished. Because you can never be satisfied with that. Want to buy today one thing, then tomorrow want another thing, then want to do another thing. You are never satisfied. You don't get any joy out of what you have desired. So your pure desire should be to be one with the divine. That is how it will work out. Sri Krishna's speciality was that he always supported people who were realized souls, who were on the right path, who are doing righteous things. He would never support anybody who may be well off, who may be a great thing. Like a great king was Duryodhana. He invited Sri Krishna to his house, to his big palace, to be his guest. Sri Krishna said, I am sorry. He went to Vidura, who was the son of a maid, Dasiputra. Because Vidura was a realized soul. Because he was a realized soul, to him he was much higher, much greater than Duryodhana, who was a ruler, because he was a crook, because he was a bad man. So, the discrimination between good and bad becomes one in your mind, becomes one of your inner temperament. Then you are always very much satisfied. Because you know you are not doing something that is wrong. The discrimination is the gift of Sri Krishna. Apart from anything else, he gives us the gift of discrimination. That is his style, I should say, to teach you how to discriminate. And then you become experts on discrimination on vibrations. On vibrations, you can judge everything so clearly, so beautifully. Others may not agree with you, that's a different point. But you know what is right and what is wrong. And that is what Sri Krishna's gift is. As it is, you know, he is controlling 16 sub-chakras within us. He controls everything. He controls your throat, nose, eyes, ears. All these things he controls. But ultimately, what does he say? He says he is the Virat. Virat means the one who is the great, great Lord. What we call Akbar. And that's what in the Muslim thing they accept, that Allahu Akbar. I mean, because it's in a poetry, it's partly clear, partly not clear. But he was a Virata, and he showed his form to Arjuna. And Arjuna was amazed to see his form, that he is the Virata. He is the one who is absorbing everything, and he is the one who is taking out everything. He is a Yama. He is the one who is the god of death. He is so many. You know his names are there written down. All these powers are with him, which he uses whenever it is needed. So the Sahaja-yogis first have the power of satisfaction. Tremendous satisfaction. Imagine in this place, you are all enjoying so much, you are living here, so happy. Shows what? You are so satisfied. Otherwise, nobody would like. They would say, no, we want to have some nice place. What is this? We don't want to live here with everyone. But to live with others, this collectivity, also is the blessing of Sri Krishna. He teaches you to be collective. The fun of collectivity, the enjoyment of collectivity. A person who is secluded, who keeps himself off like a drunkard, is not the one who worships Sri Krishna. The one who is one with Sri Krishna enjoys everyone who are there, especially if they are all realized souls. That person enjoys their company very much. That is something so easily understood in your lives if you see how you live happily, morally, absolutely perfect. In no way you do anything immoral, steal anything, or have bad feelings for other people. It's something surprising that has happened to you, that you are all living so happily in one place together with such joy. His collectivity is to be understood because I always say that Sri Krishna is the deity of America. America is also very collective. Like it will be interested in every country, it will be bothered about everyone, but in a wrong way it tries to help. Always, it is never in the right way. Now supposing there is a country where they are producing lots of drugs, why not invade that country instead of invading other countries? He is like that. Discrimination is missing. Unless and until you have that, you cannot use your power of collectivity properly. Though they are collective, but what collective work have they done? Even now they want to say we are separate, we are different. Whatever problems we are facing is our own. So this collectivity has been so much minimized in a country of Sri Krishna itself. Though they have that within themselves, a feeling that they should talk about every country, they should give lead to every country, they should consult every country, but always take a wrong decision about those countries. This comes because they are not discriminating. They should be discriminated. So many things can be said about Vishuddhi Chakra, but especially I am more concerned about two chakras on two sides. One of them is, as you know, is the Lalita Chakra on the left side and Shri Chakra on the right side. I've always told ladies that please keep this covered. It looks so simple, but it's very important. Don't expose this, because the power of this should be preserved. Shri Chakra and Lalita Chakra, they are very important. They are, I should say, feminine powers. And they are the feminine powers of Sri Krishna, which must be understood that whatever way you respect your body, that is the way your chakras are, and that is the way you suffer. For example, you do not respect Sri Ganesha, you will suffer. And if you respect Ganesha but don't behave in a manner that you should behave, you will suffer. You will have problems. So the whole body reacts. Body reacts to outside influences in such a manner that you start seeing there's something wrong somewhere, and that's why you behave like this. Apart from that, eyes are supplied by this chakra only. So when you look at something, it should be very pure glance. The purer it is, the better you will enjoy. But if the glance is not pure, is shifty, going from here to there, there to there, then you are actually going against your dharma, against your evolutionary process. And one day will come when you might become blind, you might develop cataracts, you might develop all kinds of diseases of the eyes, which are very important to pay attention to. Then this connection also goes to the tongue. The tongue is looked after. So those people have a very bad habit of suddenly saying horrible things, of suddenly saying very bad words, or sometimes getting after somebody with very bad remarks. All such things are very bad for the tongue. And this is what Sri Krishna doesn't like. In case you use your tongue for saying harsh things to others, being sarcastic, being harsh on others, or using abusive word, thus your tongue one day, I don't know how it will react. It will react in different ways. God knows it might become thick, it won't move. God knows it might be sucked inside. That's the physical side of it, but also mental side of it, that you would know what you are talking about. If you have to say something, you'll say something else. It's possible with your tongue. It's quite possible that we may not be able to talk, may not be able to say anything. Anything is possible if you try to trouble your tongue like that, using it for wrong purposes. Tongue is not for being used for abusive things, as well as for some people try to be extra kind and gentle and this and that to achieve some ends. This kind of thing also is very, very much is dangerous for the tongue, and you might develop blisters on your tongues to such an extent that people who even go on saying harsh things to others and all that can develop a kind of a cancer. Some people think that if you bear up everything is good, is not. If somebody is trying to oppress you, don't try to bear it. Throw it away. Because if you bear also, you can move to the left and you can get horrible things like cancer. You can get cancer. Those who are aggressive, they can get also diseases, and those who are very much, I should say, bearing type, also get into trouble. So you should be in a balanced state. Should not accept it. Supposing anybody calls your name, just keep quiet, look at that person. That's all. No, that is a stupid fool. But don't accept it. If you accept it and go on crying about it and weeping about it, then you can get cancer. But supposing somebody says something you should know is a stupid fool, just keep out of it. Then nothing can happen. So both ways one has to be careful, because Krishna is playing around and he sees how far you can go. Now throat. Throat is very important, we should look after. Those people who shout, scream, ultimately can lose their power of speech, can become frantic with their problems of the throat. Especially throat can develop horrible disease by which your just neck can get swollen up. We call it snake disease, and you feel suffocated. So when you talk to someone, talk clearly in a sweet manner, but don't shout at a person, never. Neither you try to show peevishness in your speech. If you are peevish, then cancer can set in. So both ways you have to be careful as you are Sajogis. You have to have this knowledge that you will not bear anything nonsensical if somebody speaks. Means you should not accept it. One may say something to you, it's all right. And sometimes you should tell him off that you were saying like this, it's not so. It's best is not to bear it up and to suffer. You are not Christ, you don't have his powers. Because if you do that, you will develop cancer. So try to be, in a way, just in the center, watching everything. If there's aggression or if there's recession, one of the two things. You must not give in to any of these attitudes, but develop an attitude of standing very firmly on your own grounds. For example, there was a Chinese story I read that there once a king wanted his 2 cocks to win in a race. So they said, you send them to a sage, he'll train them up. So he sent them to a sage. They were trained very well. And when they were brought, they stood in the arena. And many cocks were there who started attacking them. But these 2 were standing like this, least bothered. They tried and tried, but these 2 were standing like this. As a result, all of them ran away. So that's what is the character you should have. It is not to bend to something because somebody is aggressive, and also not to aggress others, not to torture others, not to sit on somebody's head. It's very, very dangerous for your throat. And such a throat will always be in danger of getting some horrible diseases. All this I have told you because so many things we know about Vishuddhi Chakra. But we have very subtle knowledge about Vishuddhi Chakra. We should also have little clues that what can happen to our Vishuddhi Chakra if we try not to look after it. So this is what is Sri Krishna's work. Also teeth he looks after. Ears he looks after. You know what is to be done about the teeth and the ears. These are his own 16, we can say, works. Let's call them karyas, 16, on which he works on different levels. And we must try to develop our powers of our Vishuddhi Chakra by so many ways and so many exercises, by understanding what goes wrong with us when we do not understand and value our Vishuddhi Chakra. Now, America is the Vishuddhi of the whole world. So it is very important that the people who are in charge here should know all the powers of Vishuddhi, plus how to preserve it and how to expand it to the whole world. With these 2 hands also are from Vishuddhi Chakra. And with that, you have to spread Sahaja Yoga. You have to go to different worlds, different countries, even to small villages. You have to spread Sahaja Yoga. Only in the hands first you see the cool breeze. That means you feel the universal power of the divine in your hand. So this is the collective, universal love that comes to your hand and teaches you. So it's such an important chakra is this. In the same way, America is very important. And as citizens of America, should try to maintain the religion, the dharma here, and to create a great understanding for world problems, and try to give love to all the people from whatever country they may be coming. May God bless you all.
Mahamantras.
श्री निर्मला
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। We thank you, Shri Mataji, for this beautiful collective morning meditation. Let us all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We'll join again tomorrow at the same time for the collective morning meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.